5:12 p.m. Sunday, May 12th, 2024 at the Amtrak Passenger Station, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Norfolk Southern, Pittsburgh Line. We have a eastbound manifest. The Norfolk Southern Railroad Pittsburgh Line, originally the main line of the Pennsylvania Railroad. I'm boarding Amtrak 43, the Pennsylvanian, to Pittsburgh, due to arrive here at 5:22 p.m. from Moynihan Train Hall, Penn Station, New York City, heading to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Passengers announcing westbound Amtrak train 43 Pennsylvania will be arriving at the station shortly after
43, the Pennsylvania is due to depart here at 5:16 p.m. And this gentleman standing here, he's going to meet his wife, and he was a Conrail Norfolk Southern locomotive engineer and conductor. Guy is coming down the east slope of the Allegheny Mountains from the summit of Gallitzin, Pennsylvania, and just a few miles west of here he rounded the world famous horseshoe curve. Yeah, like out of control, you know. The 43, the Pennsylvania arrives. I'll have to end this video before the entire freight passes by, because I'm going to be boarding a Pennsylvania into Pittsburgh, and then the Capital Limited Pittsburgh to Chicago, train number 29. Oh, 10 miles. Well, they sure run them long now, don't they?
Yeah. You know, when I was there, most were allowed to have on a train about 150 cars. Shortly after I left, they upped it to 200, 250. Then they started having accidents.
Oh.
Like everyone's saying, no wonder you can't make the trains longer.
Yeah.
The longer, the more hardship. The worse it's going to happen. you go to Pittsburgh, get relay there.
Yeah, and then 11:59 p.m. the Capital Limited departs to Chicago, if he's on time from Washington. And we're doing the Chicago Union Station at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. My luggage. Population of Altoona is 43,963, founded by the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1849 as a site for a shop and maintenance complex. Pennsylvania Railroad's Altoona Works employed about 15,000 people in the early 20th century. What remains is not far west of here, east of here in this direction is the Juni Auto Works, rebuilding diesel locomotives. In 2019, Norfolk Southern employed 700 there, and presently 450. And not far west of here, east of here, is Norfolk Southern has their Rose Freight Yard. Today, the economy in Altoona is driven by the healthcare industry. I think this may be the Conrail manifest that operates from Conway Yard west of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Enola Yard across the Susquehanna River from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Makes pickup and probably be making a pickup and set out here at Rose Yard, not far east of here. He's got some helper locomotives on the rear for probably shoved this train up the west slope of the Alleghenies to the summit of Gallitzin, Pennsylvania, and probably staying on for extra braking coming down the east slope. Now these would be DPU, distributed power units, remote controlled from the head end. They're probably DPUs,
yeah,
you know, distributed power units.
They just started using that when I was leaving.
Because the man helpers all seem to be SD70 ACU units.
DP power on the road.
Oh, really?
I had to go over to had 4 engines on the rear, 2 on the head, and I was controlling the ones on the rear. When I went through the tunnel up at Blitzen, when I started going through, I started having to put the air on, right? So I'm trying to send the signal to the rear engines
Yeah.
to start, like, what it's doing is I'm going through, it's like this, so I'm going over the front, and the train in the back still trying to get up over the top. So I have the rear engine shoving me, and I have the brakes on the front engines, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to, like, come out of that because now I want the rear engines to start grabbing me once most of the train got up to the top of the hill, right?
Yeah.
Well, because of the lead engines were on one side of the tunnel and the rear engines were on the other side of the tunnel, I lost communication with the rear engines, and I'm heading down the mountain, and the rear engines are still shoving me.
Oh, jeez.
I couldn't get it to react to set up the dynamic brake to grab me to start holding me back.
This gentleman was
the conductor that was with me. He was petrified. His face was white. We were supposed to be going like 7 or 8 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour at the most. I was going like 35. He about shit himself.
This gentleman was a Conrail and Norfolk Southern Railroad locomotive engineer and conductor. And then across the tracks we have the Railroaders Memorial Museum. The blue locomotive is a Electromotive Division General Motors Corporation, Macoka, Illinois plant where I worked, SD60. And yesterday afternoon they had an open house for we members of the Pennsylvania Railroad Technical and Historical Society, and a barbecue, and for our annual meeting. And in the roundhouse there was an open house to see the Pennsylvania Railroad K4S number 1361 under restoration, built here at the Pennsylvania Railroad Altoona Works in 1918, and the observation car Mountain View that operated on the Pennsylvania Railroad Broadway Limited. And it is now 5:25 p.m. Sunday evening, May 12th, 2024, Altoona, Pennsylvania, the Amtrak passenger station, Norfolk Southern Pittsburgh Line, over and out.